Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Dekho Apna Desh. So we are moving forward and bringing new and new destinations to all our viewers. So today we have an special episode regarding the Mizoram. The Mizoram is, this is one of the state in northeast, and whole of the northeast is considered as unexplored paradise. So Mizoram is a very special state, you can say, or it is a special region. I can feel when we visited last week during the International Tourism Mart, and we had a very good experience. The mountains, the area surrounded by the hills and mountains, and over the top of the mountain, the view of the cities. Everything is very different from the other part of the country and even for the world. So what we saw in the Mizoram, it is really a very clean, neat city, and the area, the villages, and everything. It looks very different. The flora and fauna available there, I think it is very difficult to find elsewhere. The quality of fruits like uh, the vegetations and fruits. The I saw this dragon fruit growing a large quantity. Then we could see this rambutan, and there are other things, other fruits also that is not available in the other part of the country. Of course, it is famous for the uh, falls, the waterfalls available. They are really beautiful waterfalls, and there are many more things to experience here. So to know much about it, we have none other than the Joint Secretary of Mizoram Tourism, Government of Mizoram, Mr. Bantawal. So who is the
Namaste.
pioneer for this tourism? And of course, he can tell much about the things what we saw in few days. And of course, I will add to the golf course that we could not go, but they have a beautiful golf course in Mizoram, and there are a
Right.
lot of things to do and experience. So I would invite Mr. Bantwal to explain more and let us know more about the Mizoram. Mr. Bantwal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Namaste, everyone. Myself, Laleng Moya, Vanto Laleng Moya, Joint Secretary, Tourism Department, Government of Mizoram. And I think our Principal Secretary, ma'am, has also joined. And then if you have any questions regarding the Mizoram tourism and its aspects and all these things, and then you can shoot the questions after the presentation. First of all,
So,
I would like to.
just a minute, just a minute. I will welcome Mrs. Manisha Saxena, the Principal Secretary of Tourism of Mizoram. I welcome you, ma'am. You can start now.
All right. I'm extremely delighted to be a part of this famous webinar series, Dekho Apnadesh. I would like to invite all of you to visit at least once in a while Mizoram, as the Prime Minister Narendra Modi also asked all Indians to visit at least 15 destinations within 2022. If even if there were no hotels and homestays, the visits would have boosted the economy of the state and economy of the villages, and the facilities will come. He said like that. So, first of all, I would like to begin with the Mizoram tourism and its speciality and its beauty and its the magnificent landscapes. So, Mizoram is an exciting and unique combination of culture and adventure at their best. In the deep remote corner of the northeast India lies the beautiful place just waiting to be discovered. That is Mizoram. So this is the Mizoram we have. This is the weather. The climate is very pleasant. It is really never cold at all, even in winter. First of all, I would also like to say that Mizoram has a very comprehensive and all-inclusive and holistic tourism policy, which was notified in 2020, called the Mizoram Responsible Tourism Policy. that requires all the stakeholders to take responsibility to make tourism a sustainable tourism and responsible tourism. So you can see that the aims of the Mizoram responsible tourism policy is focusing and developing services that would promote tourism in a responsible and sustainable manner with diversification of tourism products and create employment opportunities for the people. So, in a nutshell, I would say that Mizoram responsible tourism policy is a policy for the proper with a human face. So, coming to the introduction, I'll just deal with the introduction. The slide is more, it is about 15 slides. We have a very impressive record as the second most literate state in India. I think the presentation is visible from all of you.
Yes, visible. It is okay.
All right. And then we have the forest, the highest forest covered in India, more than 85% of its geographical area covered by the forest, as per the India's forest report. And then we have been adjusted as the best green state in 2020 by the Travel and Leisure magazine. We have recently won Ramsar site, Palak wetlands area. That is that was recently announced as one Ramsar site. It is an ecotourism place. It is an ecotourism destination with many wild animals, exotic flora and fauna. We have a very rich flora and fauna, exotic flora and fauna, with more than 200 species of orchids and 300 species of medicinal plants. And in 2020, during the pandemic, based on the parameters of the happiness index, Mizoram has been declared as the happiest state in India. I would say that the happiness of Mizos, being the happiest state in India, doesn't mean that we are very rich. It is not about wealth. It is about how much we value what we have. It is about the. It's not about the material thing. And lastly, Aizol has the best air quality index among 132 Indian cities by the Central Pollution Control Board. So I would say that Mizoram is a wall of contradiction. It is unpretentious, remote, but Aizawl is modern at least and accessible just like everyone else, just like Kolkata, just like Mumbai, just like Delhi, or just like Bangalore. Cramped with hills that rolls across for hundreds of miles, covered with mostly lush green forests and paddy fields, admirable vineyards, teeming vibrant wildlife, sheer cliffs and serene lakes and waterfalls. But it is very unfortunate that Mizoram is unfamiliar to most of us Indians, but it is known as the paradise unexplored, untouched, hidden from mass tourists with unlimited adventure. This is the introduction. So, coming to the mystical Mizoram, why do we call the mystic Mizoram mystical Mizoram? Actually, legends tells us that Mizos were emerging from a large covering rock known as Shinlung, which was considered to be located in East Asia. And what we foster in Mizo life is Natlang that is institutionalized since time immemorial. It is based on the principle of cooperation and fulfillment of social obligation and responsibility. One of the most striking features of the Mizo society is Lomaina, that is altruism, the code of conduct, that everyone is supposed to show respect, hospitality, kindness, and helpful to each other. It stands for selfless service for the others. So, to begin with, I would also like to extend my warm invitation to all of you here to pay a visit to Mizoram once that will certainly make a place not only in your travel bucket list, but I'm also sure that Mizoram will stay in your heart forever. So the Mizoram is surrounded by incredible landscape, untamed landscapes, and yet every modern comfort is available for you. Next is accessibility. Yes, of course, we are accessible just like everyone else. We are. It's not a jungle. We are not in a jungle. We are not living in a jungle. We are living in a city. We live in villages, just like everyone else. We are not from Timbuktu. We are not from faraway places. We have daily direct flights from Delhi. Kolkata, Guwahati, Imphal, and twice a week by Kolkata. And rail connectivity. Talking about the rail connectivity, we have narrow gauge rail connectivity up to Bairabi. And the bigger one is expected to be completed by 2023 up to Aizol, up to Sairang near Aizol. And road networks, we have a very good road networks with capitals of the Northeast and the other big cities, and linking the states with the neighboring states for exchange of goods, access to social and economic development. But one of the largest and most strategically important Indian investment is the Kaladan Multimodal Transport Project, which aims to connect Northeast India with Kolkata through the Sritya port in Myanmar via Bay of Bengal, which is almost nearing completion within Mizoram side, that will provide valuable alternative route and considerably cut to travel time. So when completed, the Kaladan multimodal transport project will shorten the current time taken to transport goods from Kolkata to Mizoram by 3 4 days, and the distance by around almost 1,000 kilometer. This is the reason that the Kaladan multimodal transport project has been called the future gateway to Southeast Asia. It will also serve as a cornerstone for India's Look East policy, aiming to expand India's economic and political influence in these Southeast Asian nations. Tourism, coming to the tourism products, we have many products ranging from adventure and eco-adventure tourism, wildlife tourism, culinary tourism. We have all among these products, among these tourism products, our unique selling points are eco-adventure tourism, nature-based tourism, culture and heritage tourism. The theme of the theme of these unique selling points is the well-being. We claim to have the pure nature. We are happy with the tribal lifestyles. We are having fun. We have active and outdoor activities. So if you love to be in the nature's arm, then Mizoram is a place to be, which is a mystical Mizoram, a paradise for everyone. So adventure and eco-adventure tourism. I'm not. I will take about only the USPs and the USPs and the unique selling points and the area of concerns. I'm not covering all the products. Adventure and eco-adventure tourism. So Mizoram has a huge potential in adventure and eco-adventure tourism. Mizoram responsible tourism policy calls for diversification of tourism products and realization of relevant specialization through innovations. Due to its diverse landscape, Mizoram could be adventure tourism hub for domestic as well as international tourists. And we have plethora of offerings from river rafting, white river rafting, trekking, hiking, outdoor camping, stargazing, rock climbing, paragliding, mountain biking, and cycling. Incidentally, right now we have more than 20 IS officers trainees, probationers to 2021 batch who are on track through southern Mizoram and through hills yesterday. Next is nature-based tourism. Nature-based tourism is the strength, is a strong point we have in Mizoram tourism. Although nature-based tourism has been prioritizing the community conservation and knowledge sharing as the major form of ecotourism principle, it is a new normal needs to be streamlined by green and sustainable recovery approach. So the large green mountains, the rich diversity of cultures, scenic rivers, places, rare flora and fauna, historical places, bilingual and hospitable people are the main attractions for the visitors. Mizoram has immense diversity in natural uh, and sociocultural aspects. Endowed with such pristine natural resources, Mizoram has both comparative and competitive advantages to attract tourists in search of authentic new experiences and those seeking to escape to nature, which is significantly more pronounced after the time of COVID. So nature-based tourism, you can have stargazing. We have camped under the stars, pitching the tent on the hills, on the hilltop, at the summit, and nature photography and stargazing. All you can do in many places in Mizoram. And the next is culture and heritage tourism. Uh, we have many cultural places like Vangxia. Vangxia is the well-known cultural tourism site. that they call it the lost civilization because of monoliths, menhirs, and the megaliths and all, and Lian Pui, Chongklai, Mualcheng, everything is there. And we have dances, festivals, tribal lifestyles, zooming, and the shop without keepers is one of the features of the Mizo society. So, but the dividing line between both cultural and natural heritage is a bit small and tends to merge, especially when taking the Northeast into the context, as well as Mizoram, since tribal encompasses nature in all aspects of our lives. This proximity of nature is reflected especially in the form of festivals, dances, culture, and crafts and handlooms. Our cultural heritage and that traditions are deeply rooted in nature. It is in rural Mizoram that the best of our tourist destinations are located, be it in Vangchia, Lianpui, Chongklai, or Mualcheng. And then I would also like to point out about the shop without keepers. This is a very unique this is the unique initiatives taken by the villages themselves. It is not initiatives taken by the government. It is about the people. This is based on the mutual trust among between the shopkeepers or the farmers and the people. You just they just put they just put the vegetables, the produces, and then the people put the money, and then the people take the whatever they wishes to buy, and then put the money in the plastic box. This is Ngalo. This is a very unique character of the Mizo. And sports tourism is getting getting a new trends among the people, amongst the youth, because it is considered as more than 50%, almost 60% coming to Mizoram are for the sports tourism, especially the football tourism, because Mizos are very passionate about football. They have a very deep passion. And then you may see football fanatics, the packed stadiums, and the thunderous applause, thunderous cheers for the football events, which had been a wishful thinking as it bridged between dreams and realities, as the Northeast become the sporting hub due to many young talents. The reason is the sports friendly nature of the states makes Mizoram a sporting capital of the country, and you can witness the football swearings, chantings, and its frenzy during the football stadium in the match. Golf tourism. This is a new trend. This is the new trend. It is located in Tenzol. Actually, Tenzol is a destination in it itself, because Tenzol offers a plethora of adventure activities, the various tourist attractions. But besides the golf course, this is a state-of-the-art, world-class golf course with 30 log cabins, including cafeteria, clubhouses, dormitories, pool table, and golf carts. 18-hole golf course. Actually, Tenzol has the highest waterfall in Mizoram, Vantong Falls. It has a unique waterfalls that you can see from behind. We call it Turi Hill waterfalls. And then you have Vibeck. We call it Vibeck. This is where an agreement was made between the British India and the Mizo chief Benkwai, who captured the English girl Mary Winchester. They made an agreement on that. It's called Vibia. And then there is a tomb of Mr. Benkwai, the chief of Mizo, who captured Mizo. I mean the English girl named Mary Winchester, Benkwai tomb. And then we have Deer Park, and we have also Veti Farm. That is very unique destinations for the ecotourist. And wellness tourism, it is also developed under the uh, Swadesh Darshan scheme also. This is the new thing. And then we have 8 log huts, organic farms, gazebos, cafeteria, jacuzzis, and wellness and health. And it promotes local and domestic tours as well. It was recently inaugurated by the minister. Actually, sightseeings, we have many sightseeings, but we used to say that by the locals, there is no sightseeing at all in Mizoram. Actually, there is too much of it if you look in the right angle. So, if you are looking for a quiet, carefree holiday, getting up close and personal with unique folklores, and experiencing a dramatic sea of morning mist unfold, it is a destination worth your while. So, Mizoram is a destination worth your while. But I feel that Mizoram sadly does not make it into many tourist travel bucket lists due to lack of information, as information is vital for promoting tourism in a state like Mizoram. So you can have many sightseeings, lakes, rivers, caves, waterfalls. We can get away day retreat camping, tenting, natural beauty, and the fresh air. And then you have 360-degree views from the mountains with the mesmerizing mountains, the views, and everything is there. Uh, Coming to the responsible tourism initiatives, actually, as I said earlier, we have a very comprehensive and all-inclusive responsible tourism policy 2020 that calls for the uh, that calls for the participation of the community, social mobilization, and community participation at the destination in the destination itself, from the planning stage through implementation stage through post completion stage and operation and maintenance. And then actually we are taking up the responsible tourism initiative at Kamrang as a pilot project to frame the strategies and efforts to ensure long-term perpetual sustenance of environment. So we need to give greater and wider awareness among the public on how tourism could be a life changer for the entrepreneurs, rural communities, and educated and uneducated youth through social mobilization and community participation. This is the basic idea behind our much talk about responsible tourism policy, where benefits of tourism would go to villages directly. So general population is still not aware of how tourism can change the economy of the state, of a villager, and of an individual. So because of this, Mizoram tourism is conscious of the impact of COVID-19 on the growing tourism industry in the state, and therefore it is crucial to plan a reopening of tourism in the state so that benefits of the travel and tourism should go to the stakeholders involved, residents of the states, and travelers and visitors alike. So, amidst disruption caused by the pandemic, there is also opportunity for the states that create an opportunity for framing all the legal frameworks in Mizoram in respect of responsible tourism. In our responsible tourism, we are taking up the diversification of products from agritourism, farm tourism, homestays, etc., and the climate resilient features in all tourism development in line with our responsible tourism policy is also being adopted. I would also like to talk about the Mizoram tourism at a glance with a few points. I will cover these on the 2 3 slides. Tourism provides service providers. Actually, Mizoram tourism is 35 years old. It was carved out from the INPR Department, Information and Public Relations Department, in 1987. Though we are 35 years old, we are still lagging behind. We need to start from the scratch. We are still lagging behind. We are still in a nascent stage. We are still in an infant stage. We have only 72 hotels with about 608 rooms. We have 13 private homestays, 77 government-sponsored homestays, and these are the statistics we have about the tourism service providers. Under the government of Mizoram Tourism Department, we have around 69 tourist lodges, and most under the government we run 42 tourist lodges, and the rest are outsourced to the government. So that means that we have many products. Mizoram tourism has products. Mizoram tourism has potentials. There is potential, big potentials, opportunities in tourism, but we are still unprepared. Unprepared. We are yet to take off. We are yet to take off too for the final destination. So there is a lot of room for improvement in the Mizoram tourism as well. This is the tourist arrivals before the pandemic. So I'm not. It's not a big deal that we have only 1.61 lakhs visitors in pre-COVID 2019-20. Mizoram population is about 11 lakhs as per the UID census 2020. As per 2011 census, Mizoram population is around 10 lakhs. So out of 10 lakhs, 1.61 lakhs is more than 14%. That means more than 14% of tourists visited Mizoram during the pre-pandemic period. So the annual growth rate is 81% in case of domestic tourist arrivals and 30% in the foreign tourist arrivals during the pre-COVID period of 2019 and 2020. And then we have initiatives called the Mizoram Tourism on Wheels. Mizoram Tourism on Wheels is actually to the Muifang, a cycling competition that is a 53-kilometer that has been organized for 2 years, from last year and this year also. It was flagged off by the minister and the officials from the Ministry of Tourism this year at the sideline of the International Tourism Mart on 18 November last week only. And then we also have Heritage Walk. This is the part of the winter festival, marathon cycling to promote tourism, and mountain biking trail at Sakuram Huituitla under Swadesh Darshan scheme as well. And social media and the IT services. Um, we have websites and mobile apps for the Mizoram tourism website with online booking facility, etc., developed for the Tenzil Golf Course and Resort. And we are very proactive in the social media as well, though we still have a long way to go. That Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we are quite proactive. We have a very dedicated team of the social media teams and online promotional campaigns. Last year, Mystical Mizoram Reviving Tourism Challenges and Way Forward, a webinar series with various colleges in Mizoram to create awareness, was also conducted for 41 series. And with the initiatives of the Honorable Union Minister of Tourism, Mr. Sri G.K. Reddy, and our Honorable Minister of Mizoram, Sri Robert Romoy Roite, we have more than 226 Yuva Tourism Club who were actively participated even in the International Tourism Mart also. And the awareness campaign with various students unions within Mizoram and Aizawl colleges and schools were also conducted last year and in 2020. Advertisement in local television channel and other national papers, etc., were also done. And the promotional campaigns in the Spice Screen was also held in the Spice Jet. So coming to the constraints, access to the finance. Actually, Mizoram tourism budget is very small. It is about 10 crore only for the promotional campaigns and all the the publicity and all. We have only about 15 or 10 lakhs for per year like that. So it is quite difficult to have a big to build a brand image for the Mizoram tourism. Accessibility and transportation, there is still erratic air services. That air services has to be doubled, that has to be multiplied, that has to be optimized. And people are there is a general perception that there is a security threat in the northeast. Actually, northeast most of the northeast states are free from insurgencies. Actually, Mizoram and Unexplored Paradise, especially, they are free from the insurgents and all these things. And so people are saying that you should not go to northeast. You should not come to the northeast. You should not visit northeast because there is a security threat. There are guerrilla fighters. They are the terrorists and all. This is the wrong perception. And accommodation facilities still poor in Mizoram. Actually, we do have many, tourist lodges, 69 tourist lodges, but because of the fund constraints, we cannot give the best of the best treatments to the tourists as well. So there is a low level of awareness on tourism, low level of IT and ITS enabled ITS tools, absence of proper destination planning, etc. These are the constraints that we are facing with, that is being faced by the Mizoram tourism. And the permit system is also it is one of the constraints that faced by the people from outside also. And the brand image and exposure and the skill development, all these constraints can be addressed, and we're trying to address all these constraints within the under the leadership of our honorable ministers and the principal secretary and the tourism department. Way forward, responsible tourism initiatives. Responsible, as I said earlier, responsible tourism initiatives, and then we are being these are being implemented in pilot villages, Kamrang, Ailo, and Tenzol. And there is a need to promote our unique selling points, that is nature-based tourism, adventure tourism, and culture tourism, because this is pure nature. That we claim to have the pure nature. nobody has that kind of pure nature. Mizoram is very, very, fortunate to have that kind of products. That is the natural products, nature-based tourism, adventure tourism, and culture tourism. And then ecotourism village, the green villages, and the agri-tourism, putting the state as a quiet travel destination after COVID-19 pandemic, and better infrastructure, roads, transportation, etc. And the interesting thing is that we are getting a big funding from the Asian Development Bank for under the externally aided projects. All these can be addressed with the funding from the Asian Development Bank, and then luckily also the Ministry of Tourism also sanctioned that the Prasad project with almost 5,000 lakhs, and then that will also promote and regenerate the pilgrimage and religious centers in Mizoram. So these are the presentations that I can give from the Mizoram side. So, I would like to point out also that, so why do we have the this webinar series here? Why do we come here? Because we want you among us. We want you, the participants from the outside Mizoram. We want you among us. We want you to experience and taste the colors of Mizoram, which is rich in serenity and adventure. The whole idea of this presentation entails bringing about offbeat destinations to outside markets so that they can choose for themselves the best suited ones. So a natural display of colorful, stunning landscape is all you need to end a long day of fun. Come up to us and enjoy a glorious beauty with incredible beauty pictures of nature and mesmerizing landscapes. If you want to breathe a fresh air of mountain fresh, if you want to breathe a fresh mountain air, treat your eyes to the spectacular views and lose yourself in the charming ambience of alluring landscapes with a nectar of joy and calmness from its bliss-induced views with tranquil and serene vibes. Oozing from the paradise of nature, Mizoram is your place to be. So, as Mizoram offers you a calm, serene atmosphere with exciting outdoor activities amidst the lush green surroundings, and with grand festival, people wearing colorful traditional customs, Mizoram welcomes you to explore its beauty and richness. So, let's connect and celebrate life together. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Mr. Vantwal, the Joint Secretary of Mizoram Tourism. Thank you for expressing the views of Mizoram and uh, areas that is unexplored in Mizoram, and you brought all the insight of Mizoram, which mentioned it as a paradise. So we certainly need to visit these places. All the uh, other parts of the country must see this Mizoram, the pristine mountains, the waterfalls, and there are a couple of things which is very special here that I would like to mention. One is the sustainability. I could find that the people are sustainable on their own with the nature, with the wildlife, with the beauty of the landscape. They are all sustainable. The very special character that there is no honking, there is no horn. Nobody plays the horn while traveling. Everybody follows the queue and well managed. There is no chaos at all. And the third thing is the pollution free. So when we breathe the fresh air, I think that is the greatest thing that we have now, because many cities are getting polluted, and of course that is causing a lot of problems. So still we have the other issues that mentioned by Mr. Vantwal, like connectivity and all, that is going to be overcome the as the tourists will start coming and the things will start moving forward. Certainly the more and more airlines will come, and of course the rail connectivity is going to be there within a year, I think, or so. So certainly the Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Donor, and of course the state government of Mizoram is doing their best to bring this uh, beauty to the other parts of the country. And This is going to be a good opportunity for the people to visit the Mizo area and see this culture, especially that the culture they have treasured, like the bamboo dance, the dance that happens on the bamboo sticks. That is very marvelous. I think very synchronized, and we can't find elsewhere. So the special this culture, the costumes, and of course the souvenir. I could find the excellent souvenir made by the local people. So this all make the Mizoram a beautiful uh, place to visit and to experience something special that we may not have seen. I think I would like to invite Motusi also to say something on this. Motusi, kindly.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, sir. Sir, of course, Vantalal sir has already informed us about the beauty of Mizoram. And what we have experienced from our visit in Mizoram was like at night, Mizoram is a city of diamonds. We feel like we are witnessing the diamonds in front of our eyes. And then in the daytime, especially when the clouds, you are into the clouds, so you blink your eyes and you find clouds everywhere, and then again you blink your eyes and you see there is it's so clear. So it's a beautiful place. It's like a heaven you are in. And of course the breath you take, it's so fresh for us, for the people who are from cities, actually metropolitan cities or cities. We are living in the forest of buildings. So from that to a fresh island, fresh place with greeneries, it gives us a different experience altogether. And sir, I would like to tell you that there is a question has been raised by Jingya Desai. She has asked that is April or May good season to travel the state?
Can I
Can you?
answer?
Yes, sir. Please, can you
Okay.
answer this?
Yeah, March to October is the best season to travel to Mizoram. March, actually February also. February you can have the Chapcharku, the largest festival of Mizos, and February, March, April, May. This is the dry season, and June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, part of October. That is the rainy season. So that means April. Uh, that means February, March, April, May are the best seasons to travel to the state.
Okay. So I
And
think,
our principal secretary ma'am is also there. And then if she want to say something, and then she
of
can
course,
also.
Certainly, we would
Mm.
like to hear from Manisha ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Devjani or Jaspreet, can you help ma'am to unmute and can come to the screen? Is it possible?
Ma'am, Manisha ma'am is on my Tendi side.
Okay. So,
So she would require the speaker link for joining here. Should I send that?
okay, can you do that? Can we do have
Yeah,
that?
I'm sending it to you. You can forward that, and she would be able to join here.
So meanwhile, she joins. I would like Suman sir and Bandwal sir to continue the conversation so that.
All right. Actually, I'm expecting a lot of questions from the participant side. From Is it possible from the participant side?
Manisha ma'am is joining. She is already joined, but She was on mute. So Manisha ma'am is joining, but she was unmute. She has to unmute and put the
I,
video on.
I have sent her the link. She can join with the new link. Meanwhile, sir, Bandwal sir, I would like to ask you one thing. I think this is a question which every traveler or explorer would like to ask you. How many days we should take in our hand to travel Mizoram? Because we have to consider traveling time, because a lot of traveling is also required when we are
Mhm.
visiting Mizoram or destinations, tourist destinations in Mizoram. So, what is the rough idea that how much day we should keep in our hand for the
Actually, Mizoram is a very small state. It is a very small state, and then if you want to see from north to south, west to east, and that it will take, it requires only 2 weeks or 15 days. That means 14 days, 15 days only. So you don't need much. You don't need much. You don't need many days to travel across the state.
Good morning, Matashi, and good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning,
Arkin
Mr.
Saman.
Arkin.
good morning, ma'am. Very good morning to you.
Morning, morning. It has been a wonderful presentation by Pu Moya. Thank you so much, Pu Moya, for that very
Thank you,
passionate,
ma'am.
very passionate presentation. Pueng Moya is from Mizoram, but when I start talking about Mizoram, I also become equally passionate because this is a place which you can really, lose yourself in, whether you are looking for a very high adventure holiday or you are looking for a quiet time with the family. Mizoram has something for everyone. And it is very nice, very good to, find your own happiness here, so which I have been doing for the last 6 months since my tenure in Mizoram tourism started, especially. I think, it is a good place to visit any time of the year because the climate here is moderate for most time of the year. And uh, I would say that during the rains, actually, it is even more beautiful because you have clouds almost coming into your room, and you can see the landscape changing very rapidly. So and there are direct flights from Delhi, Kolkata, Imphal, and via Kolkata the rest of the country, and via Delhi the rest of the country is very well connected. So once you are here, you have options of staying in the hotels. There are many homestays. There are Mizoram tourism properties also. There are a number of lakes where you can actually go for angling. There are very pristine rivers. So I think it is a beautiful place. You can go forest bathing. You can do stargazing. There are many, many places, and it's a small state. You can cover the whole state probably in a week's time. And if you want to go for trekking, then maybe you need a little longer. So, in fact, I would want that we should play a couple of videos if possible.
Yeah, that will be good, ma'am.
Ji. Or you can go to our Insta and Twitter handles, and you will find a whole lot of videos on Mizoram there, which will motivate you to come to us in no time at all.
Of course, after this ITM, I think the things got noticed by our country. So we brought this around 100 tour operators and media people, and they are certainly promoting this uh, Mizoram to other parts of the country. And everybody is now enthusiastic about knowing much and visiting this place. So certainly,
Actually, we are
this,
getting noticed after the ITM.
yes, yes.
No, and I would say that other than the landscape, the culture of Mizoram and its weaving and handicraft traditions are also worth a very close look. First of all, it is a society which is very egalitarian, and they really have preserved their culture as a way of life. It is not as if, it is something separate which you open only on festivals. For all of us in Mizoram, it is a way of life to be with our traditional values, be with our core values of selfless service and community before everything else. And you will see that in If there is a group of even 100 children having a picnic, when they leave, they will leave everything neat and clean. They will pick up all the garbage, and when they have left, you will not even realize that just 5 minutes back 100 children were having a picnic over here. So it is something which is very deep in our values, it is in our core culture, and it is something that is very encouraging. In fact, the rest of the country can really draw a leaf out of Mizoram and learn about civic sense and courtesy to the other persons on the road.
That's true. We never found a piece of, you can say, littering anywhere in the Mizoram. We visited many places and we could not find any littering. The things have come in their culture, and that is very good, and we should learn from them. That is true.
Ji.
So it was a marvelous session, and this webinar. I think this is happening first time that Joint Secretary and Principal Secretary is promoting this state. So this is very good for us, and that has brought a very a beauty to this webinar. So I would like once again thank Mr. Bantwal and Miss Manisha Saxena, Principal Secretary Tourism, for being here and showcasing Mizoram to the part of the world. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, all the participants, and thank you, all the listener, viewers, and those who will see again on the YouTube. Thank you, everyone. We can, I think there is no question, so we can log off now.
Right. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. That means the
Yes.
ministry also, starting, Mizoram is also getting started, noticed by the ministry as well. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Excuse me,
we are
excuse
always there.
me. There
Thank
is
you.
one more question has been arised by Dipankar Chetri, that
Yes.
any particular rules and regulations for non-Indian tourists to visit Mizoram. So I think this is the
I would like to respond to that. That anybody coming from other states has to apply for an online for the inner line permit before coming to Mizoram. So you can get it made at the airport or at any of the entry points, and you can also get it from the Mizoram houses in Kolkata and Delhi and other cities. So it is a very easy process. That is about all. Other than that, we expect that all the visitors who come here will respect the local culture and extend the same courtesies which are extended to you. So it would be something like, that is there with any country, that you have to follow the local customs and rules. So it would be nice if people who are coming here are coming with an open mind, and with knowing the fact that Mizoram is a very very elevated society. It is a very it's a very welcoming place, but you have to follow the rules.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Ji.
for your inputs. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you, Matashi, and thank you, Boeing Maya. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all. Thank you all the participants. Thank you, Ministry of Tourism. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So with that, we can say goodbye for today.
All
So
right.
again, it's a weekend. So everybody, please enjoy your weekend. Take care of yourself, and see you again next Saturday with a new topic. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day, all of you.